Virtual VetNet. I'm Rich Burgeon. I'm the Assistant Program Manager here at the Veterans Outreach Center for the Employment Specialty Group. And I'm here today with Samantha Britt from Palmer Foods, who is the HR person there, and she is here today to talk about Palmer Foods. So let's get right to it if you're good with that.
All right, yeah.
Okay, great. Could you discuss what it is that you all do at Palmer Foods?
Yeah, so Palmer's, we're actually the oldest family-owned company in Rochester, so we're celebrating 170 years this year,
Wow.
which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So at Palmer's, we're a food distribution company. So we started off, we were in the fish market, now we do fish, beef, a bunch of different grocery products, things like that. So we supply mainly to restaurants here in the area and colleges, schools, those kind of places.
Wow, that's quite a big operation.
Yes,
And
yes it
old,
is.
Which
Yes.
is amazing.
Yeah.
So where are you all located?
So we have two different locations. We have our warehouse where we keep all of our product and where we have like where our meat production is. So we have cool product, freezer product, and then the raw meat storage there. So that's located at 171 Weidner Road, which is right by the airport off Scottsville Road. And then we have our corporate location, which is right above our market. So that's where we have kind of like a little grocery store, and you can get to-go food there as well. And that's located at 900 Jefferson Road.
That's nice. You don't see that anymore where the corporate headquarters are located right on site where the actual work is done.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous. I go down there to get lunch all the time, so
Great.
yeah, I love it.
So that's terrific. So you all have, obviously with a big company like that, you have a lot of positions that are out there and available. What do you all have that any of our veterans might be interested in?
Yeah, we have many different kinds of positions available. So at our warehouse, we have different warehouse positions, so that would be like selecting product, getting those ready to be shipped out. And we do our own trucking and driving, so we have CDL driver positions available. And the nice thing about that is that we deliver pretty locally, so all of our drivers are home at night. It's not over-the-road trucking or anything like that, which is pretty nice that you're home for dinner. So that's huge for us. And then, like I said, meat production, that's really our specialty. So we have some positions that we hire for there. Then we have a corporate office, so that's regular business positions that help our operation run, accounting, IT, sales, those kinds of positions. And then in our market, that's more so like cashier positions. Not so much serving because it's all to go right now, but line cook, food prep, that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrific. There's a lot of
a lot of opportunities
opportunities. So
Yes.
What are you most in need of these days?
So our biggest needs are definitely on our night shift. We always need people to help us on there. It's really an important position for us because that's what gets us ready for the next day. So our drivers, they typically come in at like 4 a.m. So our night shift, they usually start around at 6 and then they finish up around 3 a.m. So they're selecting our product, building the pallets, getting that ready to go for the next day. So it's definitely an important job and we're always looking for people on that one. And then also in our warehouse, so we do have a facility maintenance team. We've definitely picked up our cleaning schedules, made it more regimented just with COVID and everything that's going on. So we do need some extra help in our warehouse, just making sure everything is nice, clean, safe. We always have people buzzing around on forklifts, so just making sure the areas are clean is really important for that position. Yeah, and then I'm trying to think. Oh, we also have a position open in our meat department. So that position, you don't really have to have any production experience before. They will kind of train you on that. So it'll be a little bit of packaging and then also cleaning down the industrial materials, the industrial machines that we use. Wow. So that's that position. And then for our market, because the holidays are coming up, we are going to be hiring hopefully seven people to be some seasonal workers through the holidays. So that would be, again, potentially some janitorial positions, that kind of stocking, cash register, line cook reps.
And how long about would that last?
So that will last. We actually have our open house. We're going to be doing phone screens and then inviting some of those phone screens to come October 20th to meet with our managers down there. So it'll be kind of a long day, but it should be good. It's a great opportunity to come and see the area. But that will be through the end of January. So it should start November 1st and go through the end of January. So
okay, and when is that open house?
October 20th.
Okay, October 20th, and is it going to be right there
aren't taking walk-ins, so we'll do phone screens first. So we ask that people apply online or come to our store and apply first.
Terrific. And we'll get to that at the very end here. We'll talk about that. Leave people off with that so that they can remember what the phone number is.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So are there any kind of special licensures or any kind of training that is involved that people need, or educational requirements that people are in need of for any of these particularly hot jobs, if you will call it that?
Yeah, so there's not necessarily any particular training. I would say for the CDL position, you do have to have your CDLA. If it's something that you're interested in doing, or if you're currently going through the PDI program here in Rochester, we do reimburse that tuition.
Wow.
So that's something that we like to do. It's a partnership that we have with them. We come and give presentations there, and we'll talk to the class. So if you see us there, then we do give that tuition reimbursement, which is nice if people are wanting to get their CDL license.
Terrific.
Yeah, and then we do the OASIS program. So that is for people who are refugees. They come over and they work with the OASIS program to build kitchen skills. So a lot of people, they go into our direct market. And actually, one of our assistant managers down there, Lamar, he's from that program, so he's been with us for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's definitely opportunity to grow with those kind of programs. As far as like forklift certification and everything, we prefer that people have that experience, but we will train on it.
That's great to know.
Yeah.
And just so that our veterans know, we have a training group here in the Veterans Outreach Center, and what we do is we're able to help provide some of these trainings for employers like yourself. And we do offer right now certification for forklift driving. We also offer OSHA courses that are going to help out as far as that goes. And then we're also looking at trying to get our some of our other classes up and running here. Some of the things like first aid, AED, and CPR, that kind of a thing, as soon as we possibly can. But COVID's holding us back on that one particular section right at the moment. We're going to see if we can't find a way around that. But those are all things that we can help our employers with, so that they're going to be able to have very good trained employees. Also, I wanted to hit you up on a couple of other things, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
You said that you were going to be paying for reimbursement for a lot of the CDL drivers, because I know I have interest with a lot of CDL drivers.
Yeah.
And how does that work? Could you kind of lay that out?
Yes, so how it works is they specifically have to be at PDI when we're giving the presentations. If somebody gets their license through PDI, I know they have a 3-year payback period, so it has to be, it can't be that you went to work somewhere else after graduating from PDI and then came to Palmer's. It has to be right after graduation. You're coming to Palmer's because you saw us and heard from our information there. So that's how that works. But we just hired somebody from that actually, and he started and he's doing really well. So we're making sure that he's ready to be on the road and just feeling confident, since that's his first time ever driving and being a delivery driver. So
that's great to know. It's nice to know that you're supporting people for training so that they can have a career ahead of them.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. Tell us a little bit more about some of the jobs though that you have. Are all of them full-time or any of them part-time?
So they're all full-time. The only one that you could kind of consider part-time would be the seasonal position. People, they can work the full-time hours for that time being, but after the 3 months, the position will end. So it's kind of like part-time.
Gotcha.
Not necessarily.
Gotcha. Okay, that's terrific.
Yeah.
As far as the application process itself, could you run us through that?
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. The application process, you'll just go to palmerfoods.com, and then you'll see the careers tab. You just click on that and it has all of our openings. If you also want to check our Indeed page, we post all of the openings on there. So people do that. I review those all day, every day. That's a main part of my job. But if for some reason, you applied, you felt like, oh, I was a really good applicant, I haven't heard, feel free to call our line. You can just ask for Sam. So I'm our only recruiter.
Okay.
And so if you don't remember my name, or you just say I put it in an application, they'll send you right to my voicemail. So then I usually reach out to people and we just have a conversation. I send on that information and your resume to whatever manager for the department would be, and we get an interview set up. So
Terrific. Terrific.
Yep.
It's a pretty easy process.
Yep.
So the other thing that I'd like to point out too, here at the Veterans Outreach Center, one of the things that we do in the Employment Specialty Group is we're going to take a look at a resume that you might have, or if you don't have one, we'll help you construct one. And then once we get a resume to a point where it's presentable, sent to an employer and that kind of thing, when you actually do the application and send a resume to Sam, then what we would do is we would do a quick follow-up, making sure that she got all the information she was in need of so that they can make an informed decision to give a quick call and see whether or not that an individual would be qualified or not qualified for any kind of position that they may be applying for. And given the number of positions that you have available, I'm going to say it's pretty tough not to qualify for a lot of positions that are out there.
Yeah.
So I really would like to encourage our veterans to try and get themselves online, check out Palmer Foods, and as soon as they do, we'd love to be able to hear from you down here at the Veterans Outreach Center so that we can get you involved with those folks. And Samantha and I are a very good working relationship here so that we have open communications and we can discuss any kind of details or any kind of thing that may or may not be, let's call it a hold up or in you getting a position or at least an interview with Palmer Foods. So please consider coming down to the Veterans Outreach Center. Please consider Palmer Foods. We'd love to have you guys working with us on a regular basis. It'd be terrific if we could.
Yeah.
And then we'd love to be able to make sure that our veterans that are out there watching our virtual VetNets take advantage of the fact that we are so closely tied to so many employers here in the Rochester area. And that would help as far as like folks that have difficulty with transportation issues. We have bus lines that they're able to take to get to some of these locations, and Palmer Foods I know has a good bus line that runs through the area right there. So we'd be able to help out with directing people how to get there and what to do, and we'd also love to have them come in and get some instructions on how to do an interview so that when they sit down with Samantha, they present well. So Samantha, we really appreciate you coming down here to the Veterans Outreach Center and talking to us about Palmer Foods so that we can have our veterans come and check you guys out. That would be really terrific.
Yeah.
And this is Rich Burgett and Samantha Brett here at Virtual VetNet. Thank you very much, Samantha. Appreciate your time and patience with us. And please come by. All of our vets out there. We'd love to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye now.